on though. Junior B, they're in their playoff rounds now. A lot of teams, the schedule's all slated. I'm not sure if they've actually started yet. I know the schedules are out.
I believe some of the Western Series that traditionally has their games early in the week have started, Gary. You can check Point Streak for that. And I know locally the Green Gales face Mississauga tonight at Garnet Rickard at 8 o'clock in Game 1 of their series.
Right. Junior C, they've still got a few games left in their schedules, and then they're getting off into their playoff rounds as well. Switching over to Major Series Lacrosse, let's talk about the on-floor product first. Ajax Pickering Rock with their first win of the season the other night.
Yeah, first win. They took out the Brooklyn Redmen on their own home floor. 10-8, I believe, was the final score. And I know from the couple of emails I got from my people within the Rock, they're very, very happy. And they play again on Friday night at 8 o'clock at the Ajax Community Center on Monarch over there in Ajax, and they face the Brampton Excelsiors. And Sunday afternoon again, they face the Six Nations Chiefs, and game time there is 2:30.
A couple of very tough games there coming up for Ajax, and that'll lead into a little bit of the off-floor discussion that's going on. I guess maybe I opened up a can of worms with my post last week questioning the future of Major Series Lacrosse. I will give you, I mean, Ajax Pickering, they played Peterborough tough. I think they only lost by a score of 10-7, if I'm not mistaken. Just questioning though, I mean, my whole purpose for all this is the future of this summer sport in Ontario at that level. I know it caused a few reactions and a few comments from some people, but again, my post, just so everybody knows out there, it wasn't geared towards cheering or rooting for any specific team. I genuinely have a concern for the future of this game.
Yeah, so do I, you know, and then I came back with a post which you answered as well, was that, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. You know, local organizations, as difficult as it may be, try and put people in the seats. If not, hey, all the lacrosse fans out there, true lacrosse family style, get out and support these teams. Brooklyn Redmen, KW, anybody else in that league is having a little bit of trouble right now. Get out, help them fill up their stands. I know it gets better as it gets to the playoffs and more. It's like now everybody's in the playoffs in this league. Jam those buildings if you can to help these guys with their bottom line. So maybe next year they can enter into the bidding for some of these guys. If this is the way it's just going to go, if this is the way MSL is going to go, well then that's the way it's going to go. If not, it's going to fall to pieces.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And you know, the underlying point in all of this is the MSL themselves have to determine the direction that they want to go.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, Mr. Clofer up in Barrie, I think that's what he was spearheading when they, you know, ceased operations. We need to get an identity.
Yes.
Is it amateur? Is it professional? If so, let's take that proper path, and I guess at the end of the day, let's make it a proper level playing field, however that may be, because I don't have all the answers.
No.
But, you know, it'll be a much more competitive league, whatever they decide to do, if they get a direction.
Yeah, and it's got to come from the top here. It has to be a direction, and it's got to maintain the integrity of the game. It can't go off being a two-dog and pony show like it is right now. I don't mean to be disrespectful to Peterborough or Brampton. I don't mean that in that respect, but it's just it's a two-show. It's a two-team show. That's it.
Well,
so,
and I even posted yesterday on the fan forum about that. You know, again, no disrespect to either one of those organizations. If you've got it, use it.
yeah.
The bottom line, though, is for 7 consecutive seasons, Brampton and Peterborough have been in the Eastern Final, and I would throw out a carrot there to say that it's going to be 8 consecutive seasons. Those same 2 teams will be in the provincial final for Eastern Ontario, or the East, sorry, to represent the Mann Cup. So the question is it really a dynasty of 2 organizations? Well, absolutely it is, but if you look behind the scenes, nobody else has really got the opportunity to compete based on the players on those 2 teams, and that's the whole point in all this.
Yeah, but don't forget, all these guys and all these other teams, other than Peterborough and Brampton, don't tell me they don't have any pride and they don't want to win, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be there. And what I ended off my post was saying, wouldn't it be cool if one of these teams knocked off Peterborough or Brampton? Can you imagine the fan interest in those last 2 or 3 games of that series? It would be amazing. It would be one of the best things for this game that it ever had.
Absolutely,
so
and I totally agree.
I'm holding out for that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
I totally agree with you on that. But David doesn't slew Goliath every year,
no.
And I would throw out there that it ain't happening this year.
Okay.
I would love to see it. I agree with you. I mean, look at last year when Peterborough and Brooklyn played in the playoffs. Brooklyn won a single game up in Peterborough. The next game back here, good Lord, you'd think the world was ending. They almost jammed the stands on one win.
Yeah.
So I agree with you wholeheartedly. The reality is, it ain't happening.
No.
Unless Peterborough and Brampton hold on to these stars until they're in their 50s, and the young kids are now 30s, or roughly that age, then I see a competitive playing field, because obviously your skills diminish slightly as you get older, and if you're in your 50s still playing, well then the Dan Dawsons and the Josh Sandersons and the John Grants of the world aren't going to be as effective then. But this is the vicious circle I keep talking about. Some of these young stars in the game, at some point they get the right to demand to be paid, and those lower end teams can't do that. And guess what? They're going to end up in Peterborough or Brampton.
Yeah. Well, another appeal here. If you happen to be the winner of the $50 million this Friday night in the Lotto Max, Gary and I have some.
That will be me.
We have some great ideas for it, and just get in contact as courtesy of this site.
We walked on the beach beside that old hotel. They're tearing it down.